Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to talk about 7 gym mistakes every beginner makes when they first start doing training. So when I first started going to the gym, I genuinely believed I was training hard and doing everything correct, right? I showed up regularly, lifted weights and thought that was enough. But after a few months, I realized that I had misunderstood many basic things about training. Some of the things I was doing were actually slowing my progress instead of helping it. So in this video, I want to share 7 gym mistakes I made when I started training. So if you are a beginner, you can avoid wasting the same time that I did. Mistake 1. Thinking heavyweight means better results. One of the biggest mistakes I made in the beginning was believing that lifting heavier weights right away automatically meant better progress. Right? So every workout I was trying to increase the weight even when my form wasn't perfect. But later I realized that control matters much more than the weight. If the weight is too heavy, the target muscles often doesn't even do the work properly. Once I started focusing on the controlled reps, slow motion instead of chasing heavier weights right away, my workouts started feeling completely different and much more effective. Mistake 2, rushing every rep. Another mistake I made was rushing through every rep. I used to move the weight as fast as possible just to finish the set quickly. But I but when you rush your reps, the muscles don't stay under tension long enough. Once I slowed down my reps and started controlling both the lifting and lowering part of the movement, I could actually feel the muscles working much better, and the quality of my workouts improved a lot. Next, we have mistake 3, which is ignoring the stretch position. This is something I completely ignored when I started training. I never paid attention to the stretch position of exercises. For example, during chest flies or the most important lag pull downs, the stretch positions is where the muscle is under a lot of tension. But I used to shorten the movement and skip that part completely. Once I started focusing on the full range of motion and controlling the stretch, the exercises started feeling much more effective. Mistake 4, pulling with arms during back workouts. For a long time, I thought my back workouts were perfectly, but later I realized that I was actually pulling mostly with my arms. Instead of using my back muscles, I was just bending my arms and moving the weight. What helped me was focusing on driving my elbows down and back instead of focusing about my hands. That small change helped me feel my back muscles much more clearly during workouts. Mistake 5, avoiding full depth in leg exercises. In leg workouts, I often avoided full depth because using heavier weight felt easier that way. For example, during squats, barbell squats, or leg presses, I would stop halfway instead of going through the full range of motion. Partial reps just limit how much the muscles are actually working. Once I started using proper depth while going down on a barbell squat or while doing leg presses, I used to control the movement and my leg workouts became much more effective. Mistake 6, the most common one among beginners, skipping warm ups. Sometimes I would walk into the gym and start lifting heavy weights immediately, but warm ups are very important because they prepare your muscles and joints for the workout. They also reduce injury risk and help you perform better during main sets. Now, I always make sure to do a few lighter sets before moving to heavier weights. The last mistake is expecting results too quickly. This was probably the biggest mindset mistake I made. When I started training, I expected to see visible results very quickly. But training progress takes time, consistency, and patience. Once I stopped chasing quick results and focused on showing up consistently, my progress became much more realistic and sustainable. These are some common mistakes and biggest things I misunderstood about training when I first started going to the gym. I'm still learning and improving every week, and this channel is basically documenting that journey. If you're also starting your fitness journey, hopefully these lessons help you avoid some of the mistakes I made. If you're interested in following this beginner fitness journey, feel free to subscribe and follow along. See you in the next video.